And it's sick to see that, Generation 4 is finally here. And to think about what this boat has done for the sport, like the importance of the XSTAR in the sport is so huge, because it has taken our sport that is often, stalled out in progression and taken it to new levels. To think about, just all the tricks that have gone down behind the XSTAR is absolutely insane. To think about the progression of a sport behind this boat, I can't even imagine, what G4 is going to bring, but I know it's going to be the next level of wakeboarding.
Everything in the MasterCraft family was STAR, Pro Star, Ameristar, etc. And so we thought, well, the extreme sports, let's call this boat the XSTAR. So in fact, we built two of them. We built one for, I think, Darren Shapiro, and one for Jeremy Kovac. And we said, these would be great sort of athlete boats. And more than anything, we were going to ultimately pull the X Games with them.
We said, what if? What if we really build a boat and we really go after nothing but the ultimate wake shape? It's the exact same thing that we've done for years with the ProStar 190. And in the ProStar 190, it was all about the smallest, cleanest, most symmetrical wake you could possibly have. In that, we said, what if we went after and did the complete opposite and try to compound this to make it the biggest, rampiest, cleanest wake out there in the business? And the XSTAR was going to be something that we had to absolutely raise the bar, break the mold again, and understand that it had to be something that was unlike anything else out there.
When it comes to wakeboarding, the XSTAR by MasterCraft is engineered to perfection. Except for a few loose screws hanging from the end of the rope.
Well, we built these two boats in November, the year prior to the Summer X Games, and just took it to a dealer function. Now the boats were, at the time, a 205 direct drive. We had put a fly-high piling on it and some fat sacks ballast bags, which was technology that was leading edge back in 1996 and 97. And the boats looked so good that the dealers bought those two boats at the show. And so I guess we got to go build a couple more.
We didn't really rest on our laurels, because even though the XSTAR didn't change for several years, it morphed every year into something different, to plug and play, to power towers, to zero off and different dashes, and now to like a 7.4 liter engine. And then come 2003, we blew them out of the water. I mean, and everybody either loved it or hated that pickle fork boat. But when they got behind that thing, holy cow. So it was always morphing so we could, keep the sport growing and keep that wake getting bigger. And ultimately, what happened behind the boat was insane.
The athletes have progressed so much over the years. We have to continue to push them to higher levels, and they just demand more performance. And so the boat has to continue to evolve. It has to be the ultimate wakeboard boat. That's the mission statement for that boat, and that just means it has to stay ahead of the market.
How do we improve it? I mean, this is already the wakeboard boat on the industries. How do we make it even better? Which is kind of that chasing that unicorn kind of thing.
We have 13 different models of boats at MasterCraft. We've got 11 different running surfaces that we play with, that we look at and we learn from.
You know, they started off with, they wanted a new look, a new style, and you see that in the longer pickle fork, and you see that in the kind of bumped out sides. But that style is actually leading to functionality inside the boat. Inside the boat is really, you know, where you make everybody happy.
We send the boat down to Florida with the engine moved back a little bit and some styling cues, and had Zane, Rusty, and all those guys run it, and they loved it. So we brought it back up, turned it upside down. From then on, it was 3D modeling, and just keep going.
It's crazy to understand just how many changes that we've made to the bottom of the boat, why it's prevalent, what's really important about what things work and why they work, and what things that they're doing to the wake and the bottom of the boat for the performance, from fuel efficiency to time on plane to the wake shape.
We spent, you know, over 2 years focusing on the wake. You know, while the engineers are working on this, over here, the electrical guys are doing this, the art guys are drawing this. We were working on the wake. And you know, they say bigger isn't always better. Well, they're wrong. Bigger is always better when you're wakeboarding, because the wake, it's insane how much this thing boots you straight up.
That boat always has to be just a little ahead of the athletes, the top level riders, to let them know what this sport's capable of. That's what that boat's all about, the XSTAR.
Well, today is July 27th. It's 7:51 in the morning. Heading into the MasterCraft factory for what I hope is the final day of testing on the XSTAR. Last week, Rusty and I came in. We got the wake like right where we want it. We had him do a few little tweaks. So today we're going to get out there. We're going to look for, you know, symmetry in the wake. We're going to look for the lip to come together and be, you know, perfect at the line length I'm riding, Rusty's riding. We got Harley in last night, so you know, today's the day, man. We're gonna make wakeboarding go bigger.
I distinctly remember testing day, you know, the final testing day. We're all excited driving into the factory. We're excited because we know this is, you know, we want it to be right. We want it to be the best possible wake out there, and they're relying on us to give it stamp of approval.
I was here just a few days ago. It was really close. You know, it was like having basically a mini double up every time you hit the wake. And for a guy like me, it's a dream come true. And I'm really excited to get out there and see if we're perfect.
I'm gonna ride. I'm gonna make my assessment, keep it myself. You're gonna ride. Russ is gonna ride. Keep everything to yourself till we all get in the boat and we go, all right, here's what I felt, here's what I felt, here's what I felt. I don't want you to be pressured to think anything differently.
I think we're up near there, for real.
I feel like it's a little too lippy on port side.
I didn't feel that it was too lippy. I just felt like there was a touch of wash that could be cleaned up.
We get out there and we all ride it, and I had them all like kind of keep their opinions to themselves, and Harley, once Harley got done, we said, all right, let's all talk. And I was happy because Harley's kind of quiet sometimes. He spoke up and said, hey, listen, I feel like the port side is steeper than the starboard side. And
the right side of the wake is definitely like a lot mellower than the left side of the wake.
When you say
The
mellow,
left side, like, just notice steep where the left side of the wake has that little peak at the top.
touch more lip, because that side is breaking a little bit further forward. The wave's starting to break over a little further forward, and that's why you're getting that lip.
All the hard work's done. We need to just get them to tighten up that one side by, you know, like just the littlest bit, and then it's perfect.
Part of the issue might be because I'm adding to that side, but then
The port side.
on the port side I'm adding width. So it's adding some lift to that side, so then we're counteracting that with weight
Right.
over there. Because this, if that's the case, maybe if I put a little wedge on this side again, that it always had, you know, the old boat always had that little wedge on this side,
Yeah.
and I don't have it now.
Maybe
If
a
I,
hook?
the little hook, yeah.
Okay.
If I put the little hook back in, that might balance that out better. It's easy to try.
Easy to try?
Yeah, it's really easy.
All right,
to
well-
try.
a ton of time yet.
Boom, load it up on the trailer, get back on the tractor, hook it up, and we're going straight up to engineering. As soon as that thing comes in, it's getting strapped up, hoisted up in the air. They put the cradles under it, and what you would think takes a long time really doesn't. They slapped in a little bit of hook on one side. You know, these guys knocked out an awesome change in like 15, 20 minutes.
Did a little tweak on the bottom, and we're back in like literally less than an hour. We're back in, and we're gonna see if we can dial this thing in. So here we go.
No, it's it. We did it. It's amazing. It's amazing.
It's awesome.
Damn, I
It's,
could just
it's even. The lip feels great. It feels like the right vert. It felt great. I need you to tell me what stock ballast is going to be. I need to ride it at 65, 70, 75. Okay? All right, sorry, Harley. Here we go, bud.
Lake is really, really, really good.
Really, 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 really good.
Every one of us were grinning ear to ear, and we get in the boat, and we're like, boom, it's perfect. We knew it was right. We knew it was done, and a sense of relief from the crew in the boat, and a sense of pride because we nailed it.
Yeah! Can't wait to actually get it down to like normal, average guy, line length and speed and all that, because I think this is going to have a lot more solid lip than the current XSTAR has.
Well, that's important. I mean, it's got to be good for everybody. But most importantly, if we can get you guys at the top and get these guys down here, you know, as the average Joe, as myself, we can, you know, we can have a winner. But most importantly is if all three of you guys riding at different line lengths, different speeds, you know, and everyone's going, that's it, dude, that's it.
Unbelievable. It was pretty much, I think, what they're going to say. I've got a lot of customers with XSTARs, and they've needed a reason to get another boat, and this is the reason. By far, is the reason. It's awesome.
And now the process begins. Now a boat is actually built from the outside in, so you start with the gel coat first. Building number 2, this is where the assembly happens. And through this whole assembly line process, you continue to add on different parts and different pieces. Now we move forward into the interior section where they start to install the rub rails, interiors, and towers. And the last stage is the lake test. And we got a guy, Robin, who goes down and he takes every boat out. He runs the ballast pumps, the cruise control, you know, checks steering, just everything in the whole boat.
So here we are, Generation 4 of the XSTAR. Each generation has been a significant leap, both for that boat and for the entire industry. You don't do that by just getting lucky. We got the best riders, the best people, and a burning passion to deliver the world's greatest wake boat. That's what Gen 4 XSTAR is all about.
Loading the boat right now, trying to get ready for the big event. Thursday, we're going to have a guy paint the big crate that we're going to have around it. Friday, 10 a.m. is the big unveiling. And then Saturday all day, people are gonna be getting in and out of it, checking it out.
I think they like it.